Kick the Buddy has one tiny room, one extremely durable punching bag, and an absolutely unhinged number of ways to destroy him. So today, I'm going for 100%. I'm testing every firearm, every blade, every explosive, every cursed piece of food, every ridiculous machine, and every creature the game will let me unleash. Some of them are genuinely insane. Some of them cost a criminal amount of gold, and one weapon actually makes Buddy safer. But the game had one more surprise for me. Halfway through the run, it literally tried to stop me from playing. I found a way around that, started over with a ridiculous inventory, and kept going until there was nothing left to test. By the end, we'll have the strongest weapon, the most disappointing unlock, and my official winner for the best item in the entire game. Buddy, enjoy your last peaceful second, because this is going to be a very long day. We start with absolutely nothing. All we can do is slap him with our bare hand. So that's what we did. Slap after slap after slap until the guy went down. And boom, first achievement of the run, first blood. One down. The 100% has officially begun. The game immediately hands us a free grenade and starts unlocking the buzzsaw. And obviously, I had to test the grenade right away, just chucking a whole pile of them straight at his face. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this grenade is trash. I carpet bombed this man. I stacked like 6 grenades to blow up at once, and it barely scratched his health bar. I expected an explosion to, you know, explode. Disappointing. But whatever. Grenade kill secured, and we grab another reward. 500 coins. Next up, this new blue weapon. And look at that skin. It's actually clean. And it hits way harder than the grenade. Buddy went down so much faster. Big upgrade. Then another gift drops, and it's the shark. Yes, this game has a shark. It came from the daily rewards, which keep feeding you items, skins, and weapons the more you play. So naturally, I grab the shark and go straight for Buddy. Swallowed whole. KO. Then the game unlocks a hot dog. Yes, you can kill this man with food. There's also this lucky slots machine that spits out coins and items. Free stuff is free stuff. And now the buzzsaw is ready. Oh man, look at this. The little saw just carving through him. His neck almost came clean off. That's dark, bro. And the crazy part? He tanked it. He took Sawblade to the face for a solid minute before going down. This doll is built different. Kill secured anyway. Next gift, trick or treat. And with it, the game unlocks a whole new mode. You set a name and a profile pic, and you basically compete against other players. Not a real battle, it's a points race. Whoever racks up the most points climbs the leaderboard. While I was in the menus, I found the skin shop, and some of these skins go hard. A few were unlocked for me through Play Pass. You can even change Buddy himself. I put him in this outfit that's like half MMA fighter, half mama's boy. It's weird. So I start beating him down with the Halloween candy, the trick or treat item. And yeah, barely any damage. I almost bailed to test the gas tank instead, but no. Focus. We finished the job with the Halloween stuff. Took forever, but he went down. That unlocks a wave of new stuff. This fizz item where you squeeze him through the middle, and the fuel tank, which you detonate right in his face. He catches fire, health starts draining, and he's surviving. Bro, it's an exploding fuel tank. That should be instant. After several tanks though, down he went. Then we unlock the landmine, and I have to be real with you. Worst weapon so far. First, he has to physically step on it to trigger it. Second, even when it blows up multiple times, almost 0 damage. He's just vibing through explosions. Tested the flamethrower too. Set him fully on fire, and this dude just kept living while on fire. Got the kill and moved on because trust me, way better fire is coming later. The game also offered me the lab pass, which I am not buying. Bro, every game now has a battle pass, a season pass, a whatever pass. There are like 9 different ways to spend money in this thing. Anyway, the important part is the missions. Tasks you complete for rewards, and this is our main road to 100%. First mission, TV damage. So I equip the television and start smashing it over his head. The TV is fine? It even shattered on his face at one point, but the damage is honestly low, mid-item. But missions are missions. Along the way, we unlock the ball lightning. Oh, and I switched back to the default skin. The fighter outfit was funny, but the default Buddy is just better. Especially because when you stuff him in a box, he goes,
"I live in a box."
More TV beatdowns, mission complete, and we unlock the shuriken. But the missions after that, that's where this game revealed its true self. Next mission, TNT. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I surrounded this man with TNT, stacked it all around him, and detonated everything at once. He went down covering his eyes like that would help. And here's the thing I started noticing. The more times you kill him, the tankier he gets. I'm not joking. My explosions were doing less and less. He's adapting to the torture. That's actually terrifying. But then we unlocked something that doesn't care how tanky you are. The gas chamber. You shove him inside, seal it, and flood it with poison that just disintegrates him. He doesn't fight it, he just accepts it. F in the chat for Buddy. And if you thought that was messed up, the next unlock is a swarm of rats. They sweep across the screen, run him over, and eat everything. All that's left is bones. Look at that. That's genuinely one of the most brutal things in this game, and we're not even close to the worst of it. Next mission, wasps. A whole cloud of them. He's shaking left, shaking right, trying to escape. There is no escape. These wasps are fast, they're angry, and they're on payroll. Kill number 1, done. We're so close to unlocking the monkey bomb, so one more round of wasps. Sorry, buddy, you're getting stung until the mission bar fills. And there it is. Monkey bomb unlocked. Wasp mission complete. Then I messed around with tomatoes for a bit. You throw them at his face. Classic. But sometimes he catches one, eats it, and gets fat. This game has details, man. And then, disaster. I finished the last mission of the batch, used 2 different weapons, and the game hits me with this. Come back in 24 hours for more missions. 24 hours. I tried everything. I changed my phone's date to skip the timer. Nothing. It's server side. You physically cannot keep going. And this genuinely killed my momentum because my whole plan was to blast through the entire pass in one sitting and 100% everything. The game said no. So while I figured out my next move, I tested a few unlocks, like this toxic sprayer that coats his face in green sludge and melts him down to nothing. Solid. Let's start with the firearms. First up, the classic Beretta pistol. Honestly, great start. Clean skin, satisfying fire rate, and you can watch the whole reload animation. Respect the classics. Next is this Conan revolver, and this one's gorgeous. Loved it. Filled Buddy with lead immediately. The famous Tommy gun. I love this thing, straight out of Call of Duty. No more reloading between every shot. But here's the catch. The damage is terrible. Like, genuinely unbelievable that a fully automatic weapon tickles this man. Buddy's just standing there taking the entire magazine. The M16, with this pink-purple skin, kind of a look honestly, same story. I'm sensing a pattern here. The automatics let you just hold the trigger and relax, but the damage per bullet is a crime. Now the AK-47. This one's beautiful. It has that reddish finish, but this is the one, the musket. Best firearm damage so far by a mile. One shot to the head and his health bar actually moves. It's slow between shots, sure, but per bullet, nothing else comes close. Finally, a gun that respects my time. The Spaz 12, a proper shotgun with a green skin. Good, not musket good, but good. The flamethrower you've already seen. Light him up, let him burn, wait. And then, the M134 minigun. Bro, the minigun. It never stops firing. The design is gorgeous. It feels like the most powerful thing ever created, and it does almost nothing. It takes an eternity to kill him. A minigun, the weapon that deletes buildings in every other game. I'm actually offended. But here's the real problem. To truly 100% this game, I need every weapon. And the weapons are expensive. Farming gold legitimately in this game is basically impossible. The rates are horrendous. Between the 24-hour walls and the prices, this game did everything it could to stop this video from existing. So I said, fine. You want to play dirty? I know a guy. Me. Time for the classic. The offline farm. You know exactly the method I'm talking about. And after a good long farming session, we came back loaded, fully stacked. We restarted fresh. Got first blood again, blew through the starter weapons you already saw, and now, this is where the real video begins. Every category, every weapon, every possible way to torture Buddy. From guns to swords to explosives to food to full-on war crimes. And I'm ranking the best and worst as we go, including one weapon that killed him in literally one hit, and one so useless it actually helps him. Both are coming. Next, the Pancor, another shotgun, cool disappearing shell gimmick when it fires, felt slightly weaker than the other shotguns, but I'll allow it, it's got style. Then the Golden Gun. This thing costs an absolutely absurd amount of gold. Good thing somebody did an offline farm, huh? It fires fast, it's shiny, it's dripped out, and it also does no damage. A golden gun, doing bronze damage. The Tavor comes fully in pink, it's automatic, weak like the rest, but it has a grenade launcher underneath that periodically lobs a bomb into his face for bonus damage. Still slow to kill though. At this point, I can't tell if Buddy's getting tankier or if every gun in this game is secretly a water pistol. The 44 Magnum, an absolute beauty. Decent damage per shot, still slow overall. I'm just gonna say it, the firearms in this game are the weakest category. Actual guns, doing less damage than items you'll see later. It makes no sense. But I did discover something huge here. If you press with 2 fingers, you can dual wield 2 guns at once. Doubled my output instantly. I cannot believe it took me this long to find that. I was playing this game at half power like a fool. Then it got interesting. The M202 Flash. This thing is loaded. It fires 4 different colored rockets, like 4 elements. One shocks him, one burns him, one poisons him. Genuinely one of the coolest weapons in the category. Big fan. The Requiem coat. Basically the Tavor again, but the grenade thing is on top instead of underneath. Mid. Skip. The Bushmaster. Insanely fast fire rate, and yes, say it with me, low damage. I know, but hang in there because I promise you the tech category later makes up for all of this. The Stoner 96, one of those big heavy machine guns, huge ammo pool, weak hits. And finally, the best firearm in the game, the Sentry gun. You place it down, and you can place 2, and they just shoot Buddy automatically, forever. You literally don't have to do anything. Occasionally one jams and you tap it a few times to repair it, then it goes right back to work. Passive damage while I sit back like a supervisor. Best in category, easily. Firearms, done. Every single one. And now we're headed somewhere better, because here's the plot twist nobody asked for. The medieval weapons in this game hit harder than the guns. I'm serious. A shuriken in this game outdamages an assault rifle. Watch. First up, the mace. You spin it and slam those spikes straight into his skull, and it slaps. Big damage, super satisfying, fastest KO I'd gotten in a while. We're already off to a better start than the entire gun category. The shurikens. You just rain them onto him, and he melts. Explain to me how a piece of folded metal does more than a Thompson. Make it make sense. Anyway, it's great. The crossbow. It's a crossbow. It shoots bolts. Next. Oh, now this sword. Look at these blue particle effects. This is the most beautiful weapon in the game, hands down. The damage is honestly low. Barely hurts him, but I don't even care. I was just admiring it. Sometimes it's not about the KO, it's about the vibes. The machete, basically a barbecue knife. And today's menu? Diced Buddy. Chef mode activated. The katana, and I'm sorry to katana fans, is boring. No effects, no glow, nothing. It's just a katana. The trap. A bear trap you place and wait for him to land in. Placed a whole minefield of little chomping mouths. And it's weak. Low damage, slow, annoying. Not for me. The cleaver, a proper chef's knife, and this one instantly took me back to Shadow Fight 2. There's a boss in that game with this exact weapon. If you played it, you know exactly who I mean. And keep count, because this won't be the last Shadow Fight 2 flashback this game gives me. The nunchaku. Time to channel my inner Bruce Lee. Left him black and blue. Literally. Look at his face. And then, a chainsaw. And this one has a gimmick that's actually diabolical. You can grow it. Full screen chainsaw. There is physically nowhere for him to go. I even stretched his neck out with it. Look at this. That's horrifying. This poor doll has seen things. The long bow, rapid fire arrows, low damage, moving on. Because the next one is one of the best items in the entire game. The Reaper. Look at this thing. The effects are unreal. Of course they made it stupid expensive. The coolest stuff always is. But thanks to the farm, it's ours. Top tier weapon, genuinely one of my favorites, which makes the regular buzzsaw right after it feel like homework. Bro, you can't go from the Reaper to this. It's like driving a Lambo and then getting handed a shopping cart. The axe chops his head clean off. Great damage, no complaints. And then the boomerang. Okay, quick story. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with boomerangs. Dreamed of throwing one into the sky and having it come back to me like magic. Never got one. Childhood L. I'm an adult now. I could literally just buy one, and I still haven't. Knowing me, I'd throw it and it would just never come back. Anyway, the boomerang in this game, also mid. The harpoon. You throw it, it hooks him, you pull. It's bad. The police baton. Rapid fire bonks with some nice speed effects when you go fast. Decent, but it's no glowing sword. Now the auto buzzsaw. This one I loved. You surround him with saws, trap him in the middle, and flip the switch. Then you just cross your arms and watch the show. And doing it unlocks an achievement, Chainsaw Massacre, another one for the 100%. Then the ballistic knives, throwable knives that sound cool and hit like wet paper. The Excalibur though, you literally pull the sword from the stone, king behavior, and it's got these golden effects that go incredibly hard. Damage is low, but honestly, that just means more time to admire it. Now the claws. These were time locked, so I had to pull the phone date trick to get them early, and they're strong. Real damage, fast kills, and you get to be Wolverine. Also, told you, another Shadow Fight 2 flashback. The chainsaw sword. A chainsaw and a sword had a baby, and it inherited the worst genes from both. Weird, weak, pretend that didn't happen. The rainbow axe. An axe with a rainbow and a little horse with a horn. A unicorn. Sure, why not? The bindle, the little stick with the bag on the end. You know when you're 8 years old, your parents ban you from video games, and you declare, "That's it, I'm running away from home," and you tie your 3 most important possessions in a bag on a stick? That's this, a weaponized childhood tantrum. The nail bat. Bat, nails, nice effects, respectable bonks. And now, the moment. Remember the one-hit kill I promised you? The pirate hook. I swung this thing once, and Buddy just died. Instantly. One hook. I don't know if I hit some secret vital point, or if the game just decided his time had come, but a rusty pirate hook outdamaged a nuclear arsenal of firearms. This game's balancing was done by rolling dice. To finish the category, the Pharaoh blade. Decent damage, kind of mid overall. The ice axe, which, and I need answers, has nothing to do with ice. No ice effects, no freezing, nothing. Who named this? And the hero shield, which is just fully Captain America's shield. No disguise attempt whatsoever. It flies out and comes back like a boomerang. The boomerang I never had. And that's every cold weapon, the category that made guns look embarrassing. But we're done with blades, because now we're entering the category where things stop being cut and start being vaporized. The explosives. And yes, this is the one with the nuke. Quick recap since we're moving from cold weapons into explosives. A few of these you already saw at the start. The grenade, weak. The mini landmines, weak. Already covered. But now we go deeper. The missiles. You just bombard him from above, and it's glorious. Raining warheads on this man unlocked another achievement. Hardcore. The 100% checklist keeps growing. The C4. You can spam a whole screen's worth and detonate everything on a timer. Sounds amazing. Does nothing. You flood the room with military explosives, and he takes chip damage. The disrespect. The Molotov. Beautiful finisher. Left him laid out flat. The fuel tanks, covered earlier, still weak, still disappointed. Now the naval mine. This one's cool. The screen floods with water and these spiky black mines float around underwater. Great damage, fast kill, 10 out of 10 aesthetic. TNT, seen it. The bomb. It's a bomb. Round, black, cartoon bomb. That's it. That's the review. The bottled gas. Okay, story time. When I was a kid, someone, a movie, a relative, I don't remember, told me these things can just explode in your kitchen. And that broke me. I was scared to even walk past ours. Every time someone cooked, I was on high alert like a bomb technician. So today, throwing one at Buddy's face, that's not violence, that's therapy. The RPG. Low damage, but there is something deeply cinematic about unloading a dozen rockets into one guy's face. The cluster bomb. Way better than the normal grenades. It explodes into a bunch of mini bombs that keep chain exploding. A whole fireworks show. Loved it. The holy grenade. This one's hilarious. It's a sacred grenade, and when it goes off, there's this beam of holy light. Buddy got sent to heaven express delivery. The bouncing Betty. A little bomb that hops around before exploding. Surprisingly solid damage. The Semtex. You connect charges with red and blue wires. In theory. In practice, my phone refused to let me grab the wires. Every tap selected something else. Fought the touchscreen longer than I fought Buddy. Finally got the wires connected, got the explosion, and it's bad anyway. All that struggle for a mid-explosion. The Tomahawk missile. It's got a shark face painted on it. Instant style points. You just keep launching it at him. And now, the big one. The nuclear bomb. The moment from the intro. One bomb. Total annihilation. Nothing left but his little bones. And honestly, even the bones surviving is generous. Bones should not survive a nuke. But this is the first weapon that truly matches its job description. He never stood a chance. Beautiful. After the nuke, everything else in the category is basically a palate cleanser. The MGLMK1, a grenade launcher for spamming explosions. More grenade variants. This game has a grenade for every mood. The classic bazooka, and I'll say it, bazooka over RPG all day. The Claymore sits there patiently waiting for him to walk close, and then boom, face full of shrapnel. The Monkey Bomb, the one we unlocked way back in the missions, and it's the funniest thing in the category. This little monkey sits there clapping its cymbals, playing its happy little song, and then it detonates in his face. Gone. Betrayed by a musical monkey. The Stick Bomb pops into a cloud of toxic green gas. The Matryoshka. This one's great. A little Russian doll that dances and explodes into a smaller doll, which explodes into a smaller doll. And it keeps going, bro. Each one smaller than the last, like it's never going to end. The Airstrike. You paint a target on the ground, hold Buddy on it, and the sky handles the rest. The Banana Bomb. Exactly what it sounds like, and when it blows, little bananas go flying everywhere. Chaos. The Needle Bomb. A spiky variant. Solid. The Mega Bomb. Because of course after 50 bombs, there's one that's just comically huge. Roll it in, drop it on him. Nuke tier. Bones only. And closing out the explosives, the Laser Mine. Trip the laser, everything explodes. Clean, simple, effective. That's the entire explosive arsenal. And now we hit the category I did not expect to go this crazy. Objects. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. This category has a full Harry Potter minigame hidden inside it, and the single most disrespectful kill in the game. Watch this. We open with colored balls. They're balls. They're colored. Riveting. Next, the TV. We know her, we've smashed her, and the damage is still weirdly high for a household appliance. The balalaika, a Russian string instrument that you smash over his head, and it hits surprisingly hard. Music is powerful. And then, the watering can. I need someone from the dev team to explain this. The torture is watering him, like a plant. Apparently the goal is to make him drink so much water he explodes, but bro, this is the weakest, most pointless item in the game so far. Emphasis on so far. There's one later that's even more pointless, and it made me genuinely angry. Stay tuned for that. The baby cubes, toy blocks you bonk him with. Gave him a black eye and almost nothing else. Trash. The fire hose. Okay, more water, but pressurized. This one actually hurts. One full blast to the face and it's over. That's the difference between a shower and a power wash. Now the broomstick, a witch's broom. The first one is just for hitting him, but the flying broomstick? You can actually place Buddy on it. It took me embarrassingly long to line him up, but when he mounts that broom, the game spawns a ball that chases him, and suddenly you're playing Quidditch. Full Harry Potter minigame inside the torture game, and I was terrible at it. Genuinely awful. The screen wasn't cooperating, I wasn't cooperating, the ball was eating us alive. But after a while, I pulled off some dodges and actually got to enjoy it. One of the coolest surprises in the entire game. The Roach Killer. Spray the green gas. Watch him suffer. The Helium. Supposedly releases gas, but it's invisible, so it just looks like nothing is happening. Weak and you can't even see it. Double L. The Boiling Water. Pour it on. Watch him cook. The Water Gun. A cute little water pistol. Exactly what you'd expect. Then things escalate. A grand piano. You drop a whole piano on his head. It snaps in half on impact, and then, and this is the important part, you pick up a broken piano chunk and keep beating him with it. That's this game in one sentence. The Rolling Pin. Flatten him like dough. The Stun Gun. Small zaps, low damage, but it's constant, so it actually kills faster than you'd think. Death by 1,000 tickles. The Liquid Nitrogen. Splash it on him and he flash freezes, instantly. The chemistry nerds watching just nodded. Frozen solid until death. Very clean. The False Teeth. Wind up chattering teeth that bite the flesh right off his bones. The Slop. A bucket of garbage and green slime, complete with a half-eaten apple in there. Disgusting. And immediately after, the Shampoo, because after the garbage, our boy needed a bath. So I soaped him up and he's still green. The shampoo doesn't even clean him. It failed at its one job. The Feather. A giant feather for tickle torture. Psychological warfare. The Bathroom. You can blast him with scalding hot water, or cold. Hot is better, obviously. The Garden Gnome. You just throw a gnome at him. Barely any damage. The Gnome Union should be embarrassed. The Torch. fire, burning. You know the drill by now. But then, the magnet. This thing attracts every piece of metal in the game, which means basically every weapon, and pulls all of it onto Buddy's head at once. A literal ton of weaponry landing on one guy. This is a fatality. There is no counterplay. Look at his face under there. This is the most disrespectful kill in the game, and I love it. The cutlery. Forks, knives, and spoons flying at him like a possessed kitchen. The glass. You throw a pane of glass and it shatters on him. Sounds cooler than it is. Mid. The alarm clock. This one's evil in a special way. You set it down and Buddy falls asleep. Peaceful. Cozy. The clock is basically singing him a lullaby. And then, bang! Full volume. He wakes up in absolute panic, eyes bulging, and it keeps ringing and ringing. Bro doesn't die from damage. He dies from being denied a nap. As someone who loves sleep, this is the one that finally made me feel guilt. The spines. Spikes that impale his feet, and then do basically nothing. He's standing on spikes taking 0 damage. Weak. The acid gun. Completely disintegrates him. No notes. The Ghost Storm, one of my favorites. A little treasure chest, sealed shut, shaking, and when you open it, ghosts pour out and swarm him. He's terrified, they're smacking him around. The special effects on this are so good. Buddy did not enjoy the paranormal experience. The magic wand. He levitates, wrapped in this green light. I honestly can't tell if it's electrocuting him or poisoning him, but the health bar's going down, so the spell's working. And closing the objects category, the witch cauldron. Toss him in, stir thoroughly, and Buddy becomes soup. Bones at the bottom of the pot. Gordon Ramsay could never. Objects, complete. And now, the category I teased at the very start of this video. The food. You think food sounds harmless? This section includes force-feeding a man until he detonates. Let's eat. Starting with the jack-o'-lantern, Halloween pumpkins that explode on his face and set him on fire. Festive and lethal. The apple pie, pie to the face, a classic of the genre, been funny for 100 years, still funny. The tomato, covered it earlier, still just a tomato. The trick and treat candy though, this is where the food section shows its true mechanic. You don't hit him with the candy, you feed him the candy. And he keeps eating, and his belly keeps growing and growing until he literally explodes from fullness. This game found a way to weaponize dessert, the potato gun. Because obviously a regular potato wasn't enough, this one fires potatoes at his head at high velocity. The pea soup. And I genuinely don't fully understand this one. You feed it to him, he starts laughing like a maniac, and then he just farts. Continuously. Endlessly. He would not stop. I don't know what's in that soup, and I don't want to know. The eggs. Here's the thing. Throwing eggs at him does nothing. 0 damage. You have to make him eat the eggs, dozens of them, until the baguette for bonking, the French no, and the hot dog from way back at the start. And can we be honest for a second? Buddy is enjoying this section. Look at him. This is supposed to be a torture chamber, and I'm running a 5-star buffet. I could be stabbing this man, and instead I'm hand-feeding him eggs and candy. He should be thanking me. Easiest life any torture victim has ever had. And after all that food, he needs something to wash it down, right? So, the soda water, basically a Coke, for a little refreshment. And the Mad Milk, because soda alone isn't healthy. The man needs calcium. Splashed directly onto his face. The holiday cake, a cake with the American flag on it, so we redecorated him red, white, and blue. The ice cream, and this thing is gigantic, bigger than Buddy himself. And it's so cold he starts freezing. He literally changed color. Bro's turning black from frostbite. The bubble gum. This one's tactical. You blow bubbles that splat against the wall and trap him. Fully stuck, can't move. And while he's glued there, helpless, we throw coconuts at his face. Yes, that's the real torture. Coconut after coconut, point blank, no escape. And that combo unlocked another achievement. Glutton. The 100% grind continues. The watermelon. And this should slap, right? A whole watermelon is heavy. That's a skullcracker in real life. Barely any damage. Meanwhile, a shuriken ends his bloodline. This game's physics degree is fake. But the popcorn. First you just whack him with the popcorn bag, fine, whatever, until the bag explodes into a popcorn supernova. KO instantly. There's popcorn covering the entire floor. And Buddy, I can't tell if he's traumatized or thrilled because it's also food, his favorite thing. So I did it again. Another popcorn explosion, and this is the detail that killed me. All the leftover popcorn on the floor started popping too. A second wave. Chain reaction. This man drowned in a pool of popcorn. What a way to go. And to close the food category, chili sauce. because all that food was too pleasant. So here's a mouthful of pure fire. Left him tomato red, steam out the ears. And now, my friends, we've reached what I consider one of the two best categories in this game. Technology. This is where the weapons stop being weapons and start being industrial grade machinery. This is the category with the electric chair from the intro. And something even worse that I did to him right after he fell asleep. You'll see. We start with the vise, a big industrial clamp. You close it, it squeezes everything caught in the middle, including Buddy, tighter and tighter until pop, nothing left but the stuffing. The alien blaster, a little ray gun firing lasers, decent damage, fun. But the pencil gun right after is better. It fires insanely fast and actually hits hard. Machine gun that shoots stationary, and it outperforms half the real guns in this game. Of course it does. At this point, I expect nothing less. The military laser, you get one in each hand, and you just sweep the beams across his whole body, burning through everything until his head literally disintegrates. Dual-wielding war lasers, peak content. The hazardous waste, a barrel of toxic sludge that bursts and irradiates him until he loses his mind and then his life. The rack, a medieval stretching table except robotic. It clamps every limb and you crank it, little by little, pulling his arms and legs further and further. You keep turning until his body just gives up and bursts. That's genuinely one of the darkest items in the game, and it's in the tech section for some reason. Then, a tank. A full, gigantic war tank rolls in and fires a shell point blank into his face. And he survived? Okay, fine. Plan B. The tank simply drives over him, flattened. And somehow, he survived that too. This doll has survived more than any action hero in history. So since he wants to be durable, let's get medieval modern. The electric chair. Strapping him in was a fight, and then that headpiece thing wouldn't come down. I spent way too long fumbling with it, but once it clicked into place, we flipped the switch. Full voltage, the whole body lighting up. This is easily one of the best items in the game. Top tier, no debate. And after all that suffering, I let him rest. I really did. He curled up right next to the electric chair and fell asleep all peaceful, smiling. Finally, he's thinking, the torture is over. I can dream a little. That's exactly what I wanted him to think, because the moment he was comfortable, I brought out the big gun. And the big gun doesn't shoot at Buddy. The big gun loads Buddy into the barrel and fires him. He is the ammunition. His whole body just disintegrates mid-flight, pieces everywhere. Good morning, sunshine. Sleep well? The plasma gun coats him in this blue energy that scrambles him until he drops. And after everything he's been through, I figured our guy deserved a bathroom break. A moment of privacy. So here's the toilet. And yes, he gets his bathroom break. Except he's the thing being flushed. Head first into a filthy toilet full of flies. And gone. Bye-bye, buddy. Send a postcard. The plasma grenade. Blue plasma explosions. Love those. And then something even better. A guillotine. Full French Revolution setup. The virus. Makes him sick. Coughing. Sniffling. And that's kind of it. The machine press. Industrial hydraulic press. Slide him in the middle. Press comes down, and every part of him gets flattened. The gallows. A noose. They put a noose in the mobile game. String him up, and that's that. This game really said, no idea is too far. The helicopter. And I hate it. It's a tiny RC helicopter you fly around trying to hit him with the blades, and it does nothing. Even landing it directly on him, no damage. Worst controls, worst payoff. Trash. The Mecha Rock. This one nearly broke me. I could not figure out how it works. Couldn't get Buddy to fit into it, nothing was triggering. I was wrestling with it forever. Eventually, finally, I got him slotted into the middle, hit the button, and it grabs all four limbs and stretches further and further until he tears apart completely. Worth the struggle, kind of. And now, the moment I promised in the objects section, the most pointless item in the entire game, the gas mask. Listen to this logic. The item summons a cloud of poison gas, and also puts a gas mask on Buddy, so he's immune to it. The torture device includes its own countermeasure. He's literally jumping with joy in there. Woo! Can't touch me! This is great! This isn't a weapon. It's a spa day. The one item in the game that makes Buddy's life better. Absolute masterpiece of terrible design. 0 out of 10. I was mad in real time. But don't worry, we fixed the mood immediately because next up is a jet turbine. A full airplane engine launched directly at his head. Take that. And that. Crushed, then set on fire by the exhaust. Burned to a crisp. That's more like it. Balance restored. And then the G5 bioweapon. It drops from the sky with these laser targeting beams, hits, explodes, but the explosion isn't the point. It leaves behind this green radioactive toxin that kills him slowly, bit by bit, drop by drop. A slow, agonizing, truly evil death. Chemical warfare in a kid's app store game. And the final tech weapon, the Prion A51. This thing is wild. You launch it and it starts puppeteering him. It follows Buddy around and controls him, whipping him around the screen like a ragdoll, slamming him left and right. The effects are amazing. He looked like purple Venom by the end. Great finale for the category. Technology, complete. One category left, my friends, and I saved my personal favorite for last. Nature. The best animations in the game, the most creative kills, including the dragon from the intro, a T-Rex, and the single best weapon in the entire game. Let's finish this. The wasps open the category. Our old friends from the missions, still swinging him around, still merciless, already covered. But then, the Rex. A gigantic, absurdly chunky T-Rex stomps in, lets out a roar that makes Buddy visibly reconsider his life, and then dinner is served. The Rex eats him whole. All that's left afterward is his teeth. It ate everything but the teeth. Nature is beautiful. The shark, covered at the start, still hungry. The ball lightning, the electric orb from earlier, still zapping. And then the piranha, a fish that is 90% teeth. You dump a whole school of them on his head and they go to work. The damage is crazy fast. One of the quickest KOs in the game. Piranhas don't miss. Then there's the angel. And I have a confession. I have no idea how it works. I tapped, I dragged, I prayed, nothing. It just would not do anything. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's bugged. If you know how the angel works, please tell me in the comments because I officially gave up. The one item in the game that defeated me. The vampire bats. A swarm floods the screen and starts biting chunks out of him. Very vampire, very effective. The aliens. Little creatures latch onto him, explode into blue goo, and then, out of nowhere, a giant sphere shows up and obliterates him. Did not see that coming. 10 out of 10 escalation. The bald eagle. This majestic bird swoops in talons first, shredding him at speed. Serious damage, fast kill. Freedom. And using it earned another achievement, the Great Seal of the US. The 100% checklist is nearly full. Then, rain. It's rain. Regular rain. Water falling from the sky. How is this supposed to kill him? Is he going to catch a cold? It's rain. I don't know why it exists, and neither does it. The black mamba, a snake that does not play around. It grabs Buddy and basically ends him in one bite. Respect. The earthquake. The ground shakes and boulders bury him alive. Big damage, leaves him crushed under a pile of rocks. The spider webs. They work like the bubblegum, pinning him to the wall. But here's the catch. They do 0 damage on their own. Pure crowd control. The play is comboing it. Web him up first, then bring something horrible. The killer rabbits. Sounds amazing, right? Except they don't attack. They just sit there, waiting for him to come close before they bite. Lazy rabbits. Mid. The pinefish. A pufferfish situation covered in spikes. Touch it and it inflates, sticks to him and explodes. Nature's landmine. And now, the best weapon in the entire game, Mad Jack. This absolute lunatic spawns in already furious, sprints at Buddy and starts swinging his axe like he has a personal grudge, just carving through everything, organs included. The speed, the damage, the animation, he kills faster than the nuke feels like it does. Out of every weapon, every item, every war machine in this game, the #1 spot goes to one angry little man with an axe. Undisputed, goated. The frog rain, a full thunderstorm, lightning crashing while you pelt him with frogs. Biblical plague vibes. Solid damage too. The lava. You pour molten lava on him, he turns bright red from the heat. The man is cooking, and it does way less damage than it should. It's lava. He should be gone instantly. Buddy out here tanking liquid rock. The shooting stars though, raining flaming stars from the sky. Huge damage, kills him rapid. And then the copper dragon. The intro clip. Look at the size of this thing. It flies across the screen, breathing fire over everything, and if the flames don't finish the job, the teeth do. It literally bit his head off. One of the coolest things in the entire game, no contest. The rats make their return, still eating him down to the skeleton, still nightmare fuel. And then, the final unlock of the run, and this one had a catch. To get it, you're supposed to play the game for 15 days straight. 15 daily logins. Obviously, I wasn't waiting half a month to finish this video, so out came the date change glitch one more time, skipping day after day after day, and finally, it's ours. The last nature item, the snail. And, okay, real talk, bit of an anticlimax. It's weird. My buddy actually bugged out and got stuck on it, so I just unloaded a machine gun into him while he was frozen, which, sure, works. The snail spits toxic green slime. It has a mounted machine gun. Yes, the snail has a machine gun, don't ask. And if you charge it up, it launches itself, leaving a trail of toxic smoke. It's fine. For the final unlock of the category, I wanted more. The dragon and Mad Jack carried this section. The snail just showed up late to collect a paycheck. But that's every weapon. Every single one. So there's just one thing left to check off. The skins. And there are a lot. Backgrounds first. The fence, the hideout, the laboratory, the magic hall, the parrot cell. I'm flipping through all of them for you right now. And then the outfits. You can completely redress Buddy, mix and match pieces, there's a skeleton fit that goes hard, tons of combos, and we're closing it out with the USA outfit, because after everything this doll survived, he's earned a little patriotism. And that is 100% of Kick the Buddy. Every weapon, every category, every achievement, all of it. Every possible way this game lets you torment one innocent doll, we did it. Through 24-hour timers, 15-day lockouts, impossible gold prices, and one very productive offline farming session. And Buddy took a nuke, a dragon, a T-Rex, an electric chair, Mad Jack, and a swimming pool of popcorn. And he's still here, still smiling. So we're letting him rest now. He's not made of iron. He's a little guy who lives in a box, and he has earned this nap. Good night, champ. You were the greatest opponent of all time. If you made it this far, you're a legend, and you're exactly why I make these. Drop a like if Buddy deserves a vacation. Subscribe because there's a lot more 100% content coming, and comment which game I should destroy next. I read everything. See you in the next one. Peace.
I live in a box.